Hello and welcome to the Zwift Race Place. I'm Cade Fravel, and in just a moment I'm going to be showing you how to tell if your version of Zwift is up to date on both Windows and iOS. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the Zwift Race Place and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our Zwift Fast Facts, live race coverage, or coaching tips. Okay, so for those of you on Windows, we're going to start by opening up this web page right here, run by Zwift, so that it always shows the most up-to-date version of Zwift. And to get to that, you can head down to the description below this video where I have this page linked. Now, once you're on this page, you can see that Zwift has the current version name of Zwift right there next to PC for those of you on Windows, which is 1.0.60640. So make a note of that, and then you can minimize your browser for the next step. Alright, so now that you've minimized your browser, head on over to wherever Zwift is located on your PC and open up the Zwift launcher. And the reason that we do that is so that the Zwift app shows up in the running apps menu down by your clock. In fact, for our next step, we're going to open up that menu by clicking on this little up arrow down here. Now, for the final step, we can right-click on the little orange Z icon right here to open up the menu surrounding Zwift. And you can see from here, we can see the game and launcher version, check for updates, and a couple other settings I'll get to in a minute. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that next to where it says game version, so right here, that number matches the number on the Zwift webpage from earlier. If they match, you're all good, but before you close this menu, make sure that the background updating box is checked, and that's that box right there, so that you don't miss any future updates. If the two numbers from earlier don't match, click the Check for Updates button now, so right there. And you can see that my test comes back all clear because my Zwift is up to date, but Zwift needs to be updated. If Zwift needs to be updated on your computer, this scan should let you know and prompt you to update Zwift. Okay, once you've got your iOS device out, it's time to find Zwift on your device. Scroll over until you find the app. The way iOS works, it usually won't let you open an app unless it's up to date. Usually when you try to open an out-of-date app, it will update before opening, showing the progress of the update with a small circle on the app. Unfortunately, this feature doesn't always seem to work with Zwift, so we need to figure out what the most up-to-date version of Zwift is ahead of time. For this, you can use the same web page run by Zwift that we used on Windows. You can find that web page linked down in the description below. So open up that web page, and here we can see all of the current versions of Zwift, depending on your operating system. We want the iOS version, located here. Make a note of that number because we'll need it later on. You can see for me, it's version 1.0.060640. It may be different for you depending on when you watch this video. Now that we have that number, we can head back over to the Zwift app and open that up. Zwift may automatically update when you click on the app, but if it doesn't, when you open the app, but if it doesn't, I would suggest sticking around to make sure you're using the most current version. Once you have the app open, you're going to check the number in the bottom right of your screen, right below your language controls. If this number matches the number from earlier, then you're all good to Zwift. Ride on. But if the two numbers don't match like mine, then it's time to head on over to the App Store and type Zwift into the search box. The Zwift app should be the first one to pop up. Now, if your Zwift is all up to date like mine, you'll have the option to open the app. But if your Zwift is out of date, where it says open on my screen, it will say update on yours. Just click on that little update button and Zwift will update. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I hope this has helped you get from troubleshooting to Zwifting. Before you go, please consider subscribing to the Zwift Race Place for more Zwift knowledge, live race coverage, and coaching tips. Questions, comments, and concerns can go down in the comments below. And for more from the Zwift Race Place, click into the videos and playlists on either side of me. I'm Cade Fravel, and we'll see you next week.